We cannot digest anything that's genetically modified because we do not have the fitting enzymes to digest it. Now the body is basically handling it as toxic waste. And this is what's so dangerous. That food is now dead and mutated, filled with pesticides or whatever it might be. The body has no idea what to do with it.
Another proof that Bill Gates and his killer business associates are lobbying and bribing our politicians and our top influencers. Good morning, my fellow Africans. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. We are not going to save everybody, but we are trying to save as many people as possible. Let me remind you guys something. When I was younger, there were some certain illness we used to call Oy and the big man. Illness suffered by wealthy people. Do you know why? Let me remind you why. Have you noticed that when you have money, like if you have money, enough money in your bank account, you start craving poison? Have you noticed it? It used to happen to me until, I found a way to subdue it. If small money enter my account like this, I go start craving smoothie, I go start craving pizza. But once I'm broke, I start eating healthy food. If I'm broke like this, you will see me, I'll be making okra soup with enough ugu, enough vegetable. I don't know if it happens to you guys. Poor people, broke people eat healthier than wealthy people. So many of the people that we call broke, poor, because they are in rural area where they plant their own fresh organic food and vegetables. They eat healthier than so many of us in the city that are exposed to GMO, genetically modified food, exposed to, a lot of poisons. But unfortunately now, everybody, people in these rural areas are now suffering cancer. They are now suffering kidney failure because so many of the farmers in the rural area are now using pesticides. And when they're applying these pesticides, they don't cover their nose, they don't wear masks. They just expose themselves to these toxins. It's harming them and it's harming the crops. Harmful pesticides. Now on an online doctor that is telling you the do's and the don'ts, he said that GMO has been there for the beginning of time. GMO has been there since 1900. And he was just contradicting and mixing things up. He was explaining crossbreeding and calling it GMO. Crossbreeding. Who doesn't know the difference between crossbreeding and GMO? Anyway, let me tell you why he said, because like I said on my previous video, he entered class, he came out and started doing lakram lapo. Now, when he said that GMO has been there since 1900, this is what he's talking about. He's talking about Monsanto. Monsanto as a company, Monsanto was actually established in 1901. And these guys, some of the things they did was out of necessity. Our climates and their climate is not the same. You know what happened to plants, animal, crops during winter. So their climate and our climate is not the same. Monsanto was an agricultural company that is now part of Bayer. Founded in 1901, it was known for its production of chemical, agricultural, and biochemical products, including the herbicide Roundup. In 2018, Bayer acquired Monsanto for $66 billion. And Monsanto was subsequently folded into Bayer's crop science division. Now, if you type Monsanto on Google, don't end here. Go down now. Go down. As you're making your research, go down. Ask questions. Because if you come down, you will see where they ask questions like, why was Monsanto banned? Why was Monsanto banned? Heavy use of and lobbying in favor of genetically modified organisms, GMOs. Just like they're lobbying right now. They didn't start it today. They started it since, because there are people that found out, there are so many scientists then that found out that this thing they're selling to people is not healthy. They started speaking up. So many of them, they bought them off. They bribed them. They lobbied the government. Yes, they are very good at lobbying the government. They are very good at fixing their people in different positions. So they will continue their genocidal agenda. Heavy use of and lobbying in favor of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, pesticides and herbicides meant Monsanto was regularly targeted by environmental campaigners. Monsanto products have been found to be toxic to the environment and human health. Did you hear that? Should I repeat myself? Monsanto products have been found to be toxic to the environment and human health. I told you guys last year that a friend of mine that lives in Alabama, he sent me a video of their company. Nothing grows near their, nothing grows because the soil is contaminated. Nothing grows on their soil. That is why those their pesticide kills the weed. When you plant these their GMO crops, right, and you use their pesticide, it will kill all the weeds, every other thing around it, but your crop is still intact. And over time, the soil is destroyed. You can't plant anything organic on the soil again. You can only be replanting the GMO seeds. Think or sink.